So for those who don't know, screw it, this is gonna be an interesting intro. We're gonna be looking at the #1 thing today. Since this got given to me by Retro 6 days ago, because I've been sick, Nevix was the #1 thing. That is now traded out places, but we're still gonna be looking at Nevix as the #1 thing. Also, I think he actually placed first or one of the top teams in the Invitational recently. But I was gonna say, Retro always gives me like a little synopsis of how the game went to, like, you know, get me prepped going into it. And I just have to read it to you. This is what he wrote to me and to describe this game. To quote the bulldozer from Payday 2, "You're up against the wall and I am the fucking wall," is this game in a nutshell. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this information.
You're up against the wall and I am the fucking wall. Oh, fuck!
I feel like over time, these have gone from like trying to give me some insights of like, hey, like, you know, there's this, or this. He's just trying to hype me up now. It's like hype events. It's like, oh, here we go. Chat GPT for the win. If I find out Retro's using Chat GPT, poor guy's going under. But all right, though, let's go take a look at the #1 thing, Nevix. Oh, this is a close game. Holy shit. Oh, there's a rocket over here. Triple support rocket. You know what's funny? Really quick. Yo, you didn't hear this from me. I'm not trying to start some shit. But like everyone points at Rocket's win rate and goes, Rocket has a high win rate. That's why he's good. In Celestial above, he's only getting picked in triple support. And if a team runs triple support and the other team doesn't run triple support, they're probably winning the game. That's why it's so high. If you look at his pick rate, it's fucking in the floor. #1 thing, Nevix. Let's see what he does. Because I've been playing a lot of thing as well. So maybe I'll pick up on a few things here too. So if you're wondering what he's doing right now, just jumping around like this and just popping the right click. Very small thing. Actually, when I first started playing the thing, like my first time playing it, everyone was yelling at me in chat and being like, why do you keep right clicking? Why don't you left click more? And I noticed the reason why I would right click so much is it would give me 50 shield every time. And so that shield depletes super quickly after the punch. So you just keep punching, you just keep getting 50 extra over shield every single time. So what Nevix is doing here, jumping around, waiting for the fight to start and taking damage, it is also getting extra shield. So it's keeping him or his survivability up. So I just noticed he also has this setting on. I'm going to give you a quick tip. Insider secret. On the thing, come down here and turn on hold to dash. The reason why you want to turn on hold to dash is because you can just tap the button and it'll instantly slam the ground. If you have this turned off and you have to hit it twice, you will always take a few steps, at least, even if you're quick with it. Even if you double tap it, you'll take at least 1 or 2 steps. If you have hold to dash on, it's instant. And so you can combo with it really, really, really quickly. Very powerful tool to have in your kit. It also gives you more control. And you typically want to have settings that give you more control. So what's the tip? Yo, lock the fuck in. I just gave you the tip. So the C is the Invisible Woman team up. Invisible Woman's really, really good right now. You do not want to be spamming the C off cooldown. A lot of people come in my chat and goes, hey, why are you not just using your C more? You're not supposed to hit the thing off cooldown. You use it as like a pseudo engage tool, right? It keeps you alive a little bit longer. Oh, what's this? Wait, he's hitting the flank? Wait, he's gonna go. Wait, what's he setting up for? Oh, he's just controlling high ground. Okay, this is smart. Now their Namor goes and takes high ground. Unfortunate, that happens. If you're wondering why he does that though, a lot of people do like to flank up here. Namor is actually now up here. So if he just was like a couple seconds later, you know, would have probably caught him. Lots of right clicking though. Not nearly as many left clicks as a lot of people always say that you should. I think the #1 DPS combo is right click, left click, left click, right click, left click, left click, and that way you're both survivable and doing a lot of damage. But in these early fights, actually, the reason why you're seeing so much right click is look at how they're all grouped. When you right click like this, you hit everyone in the group. If you left click here, you're only gonna hit one person. If you right click, it's an AoE. It's huge. It's such a massive bonk that hits out that you can hit multiple people with your right click every single time. And watch his right click. So I'm not gonna point it out every single time. As this game goes on, I want you to keep an eye on his ult charge down here every time he right clicks. Just got like 10 ult charge off of that one punch slam combo. Left click also hits multiple in smaller radius. Okay, you're not gonna do that though. That's the thing. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's like, if 2 people are standing on top of each other, yes, but they are not going to be standing that on top of each other. They're gonna be at least a couple footsteps away. You can hit 4 people with the right click, or you can hit 1, maybe 2 with the left clicks. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's the thing? Okay, there's gonna be a lot of thing puns here. Thing puns here, I can tell. Just right-click, bonk. I think he accidentally might have just saved the Luna. Yeah, I think he accidentally saved the Luna right there, pooping her up into the air. On the... No, actually, yeah, on the Namor ult. Yeah, it's unfortunate. A lot of right-clicking their front line. Obviously, right-clicking and doing damage to backline is super important, but you have to get that damage when you can, and right now it's just not one of those chances. So, just farming off their front line, keeping their front line in check, making so they can't run at your team. All good things to do. Has ults now. Wouldn't be surprised if he looks for it, goes for it, boom, hits a big one on the Luna. The right click, if it actually hit the Luna first, that first one, if he hits it again, actually might have got a kill on her. Unfortunately, it missed though. Thing builds ult pretty quick though in these brawl fights. So I wouldn't be surprised if you actually are just don't seem that he's afraid to use it. Like Strange ult's one of those ults you save to like kill everybody, knock everybody down, you know, force a support ult. Thing, you just pop that shit. Rip that for like a single kill. He's already back up to 60% ult charge. Again. Another thing I always notice is whenever he starts to get aggressive like this, always has his E ready up, or at least one of them, or his shift. So right now, he doesn't have an E, pops his C instead. His C comes off cooldown, but he had his shift ready to go as well, just in case. Oh, Luna, come back. Oh! Massive ult, but then again, they have Luna ults. Still, that's a worthwhile trade. Popping your thing ult for a Luna ult, absolutely worth it. Another thing about the right click, you can hit the Magneto in the air like that super easily. You can reach so fucking high with the right click. It is much higher than you think. You should try it. The other thing, if you notice the way he's been fighting these, is he always tries to go for right clicks on groups. Like it doesn't matter if there's like somebody like on the left side flanking. He doesn't go chase. He always looks for like what is the biggest group of enemies, because that's where you're gonna get the most value out of your punches. Like, yeah, now there's a Namor behind, not your problem. He's just gonna keep an eye on it. And he's probably just gonna hold this corner here. Oh, actually no, they lost another one. He's gonna have to back away. Yeah, gonna hold this corner here? Yeah, has to hold this corner. Actually, might take too much damage. Yeah, they're pushing really hard. Holy shit. Might have another touch. Probably gonna die for the touch. Oh no, they have Strange Portal. But yeah, if you watch the way all of these fights go, almost always are looking for big groups, or in this case, obviously you have to fight for point. And again, almost always mixing in right clicks, or mostly right clicks. Not as much left clicks as you probably think. Unfortunate on that one, I think he kind of got LOS by his backline, being on the opposite side of the cart. Kind of had to play like that though. Again, this is a ranked game, so it's like, it's not gonna always be perfect. And they have both support ults too. I think they double support ulted. Yeah, they double support ulted, both supports died. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you really quick. If you play support in this game, you can have the mechanical skill of a pineapple. Speaking of the mechanical skill of a pineapple, hello Boger, how you doing? No. You can have the mechanical skill of a pineapple, but if you get really, 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 really good at knowing how to use your support ults, you could hit GM, Celestial, even Eternity. I'm telling you, even really mechanically good support players in Eternity, one above all, the thing that makes them not great players is their ult usage. If you had insane ult usage and awful mechanical skill, you could still be like literally one of the best players. That's how important support ults are in this game. That guy changed. No, not actually. Huge ult actually. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention there for a sec. So if you're wondering what's up with this ult right here, this is actually a punishing ult. A lot of times you have the arguments between like top players and you know, metal rank players where it's like, oh, you gotta play objective, you gotta play the cart, you gotta play the point. But like most really good players know that you actually push up to take space. But there's also like the other element where you have to know that they're going to take space. How do you punish them taking space, right? So they push really hard here because they're trying to block your team from coming through this choke, right? Look at 1, 2, 3, 4 squishies coming through. Magneto shoots here. He's going to get giant explosion damage, right?
One of my favorite quotes, and I think it fits here.
I'm closer to LeBron than you are to me. Isn't that like a Brian Scalabrine quote or something like that? Thank you for the 5, man. True. Yeah, when you pull up like this, right, or you push up like this, you're gonna get huge damage there on Mag. That's what the Mag is looking for right here. And because he's looking for this huge damage, Nevix knows that he's going for this huge damage. By ulting him, he's out of LOS from his whole team. He's too deep. Boom! Gets big damage on him. Whole team walks through the choke because they're safe. They explode. They get the 1 pick. Remember, you build up ult so quickly on the thing, doesn't really matter. That one pick gives you all the space. Now you get to hold in a spot where you're guaranteed 2 fights. Heads up plays. See, I don't even right-click enough. I need to be right-clicking more like this. Because sometimes I'll just go stand off to the side for a few seconds if there's nothing to do. He's just jumping around right-clicking, taking damage. Also, he popped his C there. I didn't realize he popped his C. Probably because he was so deep. It's just better to have everything going at once. Because that's sustainability. With you, the E, damage resist. The right-clicks giving you extra shield. The C giving you extra shield. That's a lot of sustain right there. Oh, yeah, that's... I'm glad it's not just me that happens to, because that happens to me on the thing. Much less to him than to me, because that happens more to me. But I think every once in a while you get a little too confident on the thing, because like, you're so sturdy. You just feel like you're not taking any damage. And then one sequence happens where you don't have the damage resist up at the moment, you didn't charge in quick enough, and you just explode. Good slam right there, slams like 4 people. Immediately goes for ult. Gets both supports, kills them before they can support ult. Which did they have? Actually, no, they didn't even have it. They just used it, my bad. Ooh, big res from their team, though. But, again, use this thing ult so fucking quick. Every god, it's like a cooldown. You just use it, use it, use it, use it, use it, use it, use it. You don't keep it like mag ult. You don't keep it like strange ult. Stuff like that. Do you think there's any reason not to use the charge up punch and use the quick 1-2? The quick 1-2 does more damage. Like if you right click, boom, boom, right click, boom, boom, it's faster than, or it does more damage than right click, right click. But the sustainability of right click, plus you're gonna hit more targets if they're grouped. So like if you've noticed the way these fights go, if there's at least 2 or more people standing close to each other, he almost always right clicks them. Here's a good example actually. There's a great example. A solo thing. Slams him, punch, 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 punch. Goes for 1 right click right at the end for a little extra damage, but the left clicks are faster, right? So, because the right click builds you shield, it hits a little harder, but it's much slower. It hits more targets at once. But if it's like 1 person, that left click is actually pretty useful. But a lot of these fights, that's not gonna happen too often because of the way you should be playing. Another thing you should know here, very, 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 very important, is pathing. Pathing is one of the most important things you could do. And watch something really quick. They're all going to be sitting here on this angle. He could walk forward and just keep walking at them. That's how you explode. What he's going to do instead is going to hug the wall here. If you ever watch me play, this is how I always think about it too. You hug this wall here, and that makes it so they have to swing wide to peek. They're not probably going to do that. And so you just sit there just beating on their front line with the right clicks over and over. Now, the Star-Lord was in with Bubble, so he jumps into him, gives him a little damage resist, but now you can see he's a little bit of trouble, jumps out. The one thing I've noticed and I like is he jumps around a lot, popping right click over and over, makes so it's harder to headshot him and kill him, but also building shield when there's nothing to do. It's actually a very good survival tech. I do not do that enough. That's something I've learned. Now you're gonna see he's gonna sit on this corner here and just start punching that front line. Now the cart's kind of there. Now he's gonna shift over to the statue on the left. Actually, no, they're just rolling. Yeah, they have support also. Yeah, actually. If there was more damage that had come in, I bet you would have seen him probably play the corners more, but they just didn't put up a fight. They didn't drop the strange shield. The mag wasn't putting enough damage. They're also on triple support, so they don't have as much damage coming up from the other side. The rocket's probably heal botting, not probably doing much damage. So with Luna, Invisible Woman, Rocket, they just didn't have the damage to slow him down at all. And the other only DPS is Bucky. And nothing against Bucky, but Bucky can't hook the thing. He can stun him with it, which is a very weird interaction, but you can't hook him. So, yeah, this is actually ideal. Gonna right click through here. Just gonna get a bunch of right clicks because of how they're grouped up. Also building up shield. Oh, here we go. He's gonna run in. Yup. Oh, this is gonna be juicy. Big slam. Oh, yeah. Now they just wait and do nothing while everyone has their support ults up. Ooh, that's a big strange ult. Survives, pops the C. Gonna have ult here again in a second. Here we go, round 2. Hits the Luna. Luna's low. Can't finish. We're already back up to 30 ult charge. And they go down. Unfortunately, I think they lost their DPS early on the attack side. I'm not 100% sure on that. I wasn't fully paying attention, but the fact that the fight went on that long, I'm assuming they probably lost their DPS early. That's not really on him, though. In a fight like that, against triple support, if both your DPS are dead, you just don't have the damage. You're not playing Thing to do damage. You're playing the Thing for sustain, like pushing power, and just to be a general fucking nuisance. Also, don't forget, the punches go through shields. So when they're playing double shield like this versus the Thing, like, you don't have to be worried about not building up ult charge quick enough because of their sustain. You can just keep fucking punching. No fear. I think that Strange is so low. Is he gonna ult him? He might ult him here. Oh yeah. Ults the Strange as the mag walks through. Ults the Strange, turns around, kills the mag, then turns back for him. Beautiful. What is this, like, B-hop tech? He's full health. By just jumping and right-clicking his way through, he takes no poke, doesn't use his run. There's no movement penalty? No. There is a... any movement penalty that it would have is counteracted by bunny hopping. He's bunny hopping on every single right-click. Bunny hopping also gets rid of the slow at the end of the right-click. You know what's funny is I've been instinctually doing it so much that I never even realized that you really got slowed after. Plus, if you're just right-clicking constantly, it doesn't really matter too much. I don't know about that one. Oh, actually, they hooked him in, though. Wow. So, hang on. Did he actually check to see if the Bucky was back? Hang on. Did I just see that right? Hey. Small thing. I don't care what rank you are. You don't do this enough. You don't turn around and look back to see where your team is. This is an Overwatch player habit. Nevix is a former Overwatch player. This is an Overwatch tank player habit. This is how I can tell what game you come from. Like, genuinely. It is one of those small things. Yeah, small thing. One of these small things where he turns around and checks. He actually does check to see where the Bucky's in, right? No, the Bucky's further back, though. Oh, it's the Invisible Woman. Oh, he was checking for the Invisible Woman. Holy shit. So he ults the Strange because his Invisible Woman's there. They ult the Strange, pull him in, and just he explodes. Holy shit. That's next level. That's some next level thinking right there. So you can hear them portaling. So you'll notice when he heard the portal going off, that's when he went back to his team. Because he's assuming they're going to probably jump in on them. Uh-oh. Wait. The f***? Alright. Listen, there was no strat on that one. That's just some shit, okay? That was just a... I can't get back. Alright, I'll go the other way. You're gonna have to have a big Thing ult coming up on this next fight. But they used all their ults. They used their rocket ult. Actually, they still have Luna ult, but they used a lot of other ults. So, I bet this Thing ult either is gonna force the Luna ult or he's gonna wait for Luna ult, then Thing ult. That's my prediction. Yep, so it forces the Luna ult. That's worth it. Mag ult kills 2. Jumps back to give damage resist on the Luna so he can survive the one shot from the mag if it was charged up enough. It was not, though, so it didn't matter. I think it even might have missed. And then, yeah, this is just Thing territory right here. Fighting for last point. Everyone has to stay on the cart. They can't back away. That's easy eats right there. That's free eats. All right, I got another game, too. I got a second one. That was a good one, though. That was a very, very good one. All right, so you guys want to know Retro's inspirational quote to go along with this match, otherwise known as when he tries to give me a little bit of a heads up of how it went? Let's just say I hope the Wolverine Thing combo never becomes meta, because Nevix made it look miserable for the other team to play it against. Oh, this is another pretty stacked game, although this one looks like it's a little more of a steamroll. He also plays without the hide your name thing at the start of the game. That is aura. Because we already got a bunch of tips for Thing on the first VOD, I'm just gonna give you one for this map. I don't think he meant to fall down there. You always try to clear off the height there, and not off the high ground. That doesn't mean you don't touch card at all, but the reason why you clear off that top is because it's going to be really hard for your TPS to really get anything done. Yeah, this corner right here, like eyes lighting up as a Thing player. Like, this is fantastic. Huge right clicks on them all sitting there. Ooh. Backs away a little bit. Smart, just because it was a lot of damage. Chases down their Luna? Oh my god, their poor Luna. Well, she's still alive, luckily, but... That poor... Oh, no. Oh, this is evil. Poor Luna. So, that was actually something we haven't seen before from the last VOD, is chasing down a support by themselves. That doesn't happen too often, but after the Luna had ulted and backed away and the fight was just kind of like devolving into chaos, being able to find that easy 1v1, ooh, gets a lot of value out of that, because that Luna cannot stop you with all your cooldowns. That was evil. Hiding up top, waiting to drop with Thing ult on their backline because they have no support ults. Gets a multi-stun. Tanks are getting eaten alive by a Wolverine. Gross. This is why I ban Wolverine every game, chat. I know the power of that thing. Plus, is trying to hide as many Fantastic Thing 4 or Fantastic 4/Thing puns. I'm really not. Okay, it's just kind of how it goes. 48 seconds of nothing. Yeah, that's why a lot of people don't like the heavy support meta, because you can't really kill anything. I think there can be a good balance. This map is, in my opinion, pretty good for Thing, but it's also a little difficult. You have to be pushed really hard with the cart. Like, the cart is your lifeline in a lot of ways, for some of these fights. Yeah, it gets caught, unfortunately. Just because there's not really any cover anywhere. Like, yeah, there was some cover here, but the fight kind of takes place back here. So he has to work his way back across to try to fight on this cart. Fight on the other side of the cart. Kind of gets LOS'd a little bit. Poked down and dies. One thing I'll notice is Retro was talking about the team up with Wolverine. I have not seen him throw Wolverine at all yet. This just looks like normal Wolverine activities. Ew, that is a mean combo. Unfortunate, it gets saved by the bubble. Still gets the kill, though. I didn't know you could combo it that quick, though. You go for the shift, slam, and then immediately ult. You can hit them with both. That's a full stun. That is crazy. I think this is where I would like the right clicks a lot, when you have the Loki clones all over the place like that, because unfortunately nobody shoots the fucking clone. So if you're right-clicking people already, you might as well get clone damage as well. This game hasn't been doing, as much damage as the previous game, but also this map just doesn't really help with it very much. One thing I've noticed more than anything on this, though, is not trying to do too much. Last game, much more of like the carry, much more of like running in, trying to like actually knock everyone down, big damage on the double shield comp. But against another Thing, playing a lot slower, can't really commit as hard because they have the double support ult, double Luna ult with Loki and Luna. Yeah, this is dream scenario. End of the point. They have to touch. You just stand there, just keep punching. I don't know what Retro was talking about now. By the way, of the team up. I haven't seen any Wolverine activities yet. Retro, you going senile on me? What am I looking for? Oh, this is just gross. Gonna give him damage resist again. Yep, jumps in with him, gives him damage resist. Eats the Bucky ult, but I mean, like, what are you gonna do? Full health Thing, full health Wolverine with the damage resist. They double support ults, so you just stand here. Ooh, bit of an unfortunate ult there. I think he was hoping that his support ult would come in to counter it. Kind of took a little too long though, unfortunately. Gets caught. I think that's just a little bit of an unfortunate timing. Hoping that your supports would answer with their at least one ult versus the double ult, but just doesn't come in time. Unfortunate. This is a tournament game. This is the most stacked EU lobby I've ever seen. No, this is just a random rank game. That is actually one thing to know. This is actually an extremely stacked lobby as well. So it's not as much as a hard carry game as the previous one was, but it's also because when you're playing against really good players, you're not gonna... Unfortunately, you just can't stand out as easily, because everyone else is also really fucking good. So you can't go in and try to be the big carry. Gets stunned by their Thing. Oh, this is just classic Wolverine gameplay, tearing everybody up. Yeah, I don't think there's really a lot you can do here. That Luna's probably cooked. Ooh, actually good slam. Almost saves her with the shift slam. Buys a little time with the stun, but not enough. You know, I think this is a good time to talk about mentality. A lot of people, if a game is not going too well at the, you know, in the start or in the middle, if like teammates are dying or whatever, and they're playing well, they'll just tilt off the planet and they get really mad. And they're like, what the f? My team sucks. If you've been watching the way Nedic's been playing here, he's playing really well, right? He's doing everything he can. He's getting good damage. Doesn't really die very often. How many deaths has he got? He's got 3 deaths. He has almost the least amount of deaths in the lobbies other than his own team's support. I guess their Star-Lord hasn't died very much, or his Star-Lord hasn't died much either, to be fair. But sometimes, you know, other stuff is going wrong or other stuff is happening, and you always have the next fight, you know? Like, a game's not over after a bad fight or 2 bad fights. So sometimes you can play perfectly and stuff's not going well, but the next fight might go a lot better. I'm actually surprised he's not playing up on the corner right here, looking for punches. I wonder if that's just because in a game like this, the E's are so much more of a utility tool versus an escape tool. If you've noticed, the E's in this particular game, they're very different than the previous game where he was using it as like an escape tool or an engage tool. This game, it's almost purely used as a enhanced tool for the Wolverine. Almost every single time they've used the E, it's to give the Wolverine damage resist to jump in. Every single time. And just you become an enabler. I'll tell you all that kind of stuff another time. Huge ult there. Only gets 1 kill out of it because it gets ulted back, but that's more than enough. 1 kill is all you need on a thing ult, especially a support ult or support kill. I wonder if this game is before the second game, like timeline-wise, because I feel like there's some text he starts doing in the first VOD we were watching versus this one. Maybe that's why Retro wanted me to watch this one first and then watch the other one second, because this one's a later one. Because it seems like their gameplay improved just with small things like the right-click text and the jumping around, the b-hopping, much more in the first VOD than the second one. I think this is just an earlier game. So you can actually, I'll check the time on both of them after this. It's about to be over in like 2 seconds. You can actually see how much they've probably improved and implemented min-maxing optimizations just in a couple weeks of time, or maybe even a few days of time. All right, nothing better to do than just build up your right clicks ult charge, waiting for their Luna to be done. Times it just barely off to not hit the Luna, but they still see 9. Yeah, the Wolverine comps are scary. I don't know if that one's because of the Wolverine team up, but yeah, the Wolverine comps are quite scary. So there you go though. #1 thing. That's how you be the #1 thing. I am going to check really quick. I want to check the dates on the 2 of these. The previous game is about 10. The second game we watched was 10 days before the first game. There was a lot of texts that were unlocked and things that were implemented just in those 10 days time. And so the second game, there was, even though they still played super well and it was a super high level lobby, you can see how much improvement and how quick they picked up implementing certain things just in that 10 days time. And that's what happens in these types of hero shooter games. People pick up on things and implement and get better at them and master them very, 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 very quickly. So if you don't play for just even a couple days or a couple weeks, you can fall behind pretty damn quickly. So, but there you go. #1 thing, Nevix. I learned a few things, so I'm glad I watched that one. Pretty damn good.